the case of the Zambian student in London who believes that a spell has been cast on him by another Zambian. Ken Nyirenda is 38. He claims that Anita Gondwe, a woman who works as a faith healer and fortune teller under the name of Madame Mbuya, practices witchcraft, and that Madame Mbuya has been responsible for a series of weird things happening to him in the last 3 years. Ken says that since he went to Madame Mbuya for help 3 years ago and stayed with her for 4 months, his import and export business has collapsed, his money seems to disappear into thin air, he has failed his exams, and girls have stopped visiting him. Instead, he's being followed, he says, by crows and cats, and his hair has been falling out in big lumps. Roland Buck asked Ken Nyirenda,
"Why are you so sure that it was Madame Mbuya who put some spell on you?"
I've lived with Madame Mbuya for a long time. That is 4 months. Is a great deal of time. I was close to her, and I know what she used to tell me, and I know what she's capable of doing.
Do you believe in witchcraft, and do you seriously believe that Madame Mbuya has these powers to do these things which you claim she's done to you?
I don't believe in witchcraft because I don't practice witchcraft. All I do believe that Madame Mbuya practice witchcraft because she used to consult people in my house after I'd given her accommodation. Prior to that, I went to consult her myself for help which I needed.
Now, based on my contact with you and Madame Gondwe, it would seem to me that you have some kind of a personal or love relationship which has gone sour. Somebody's trying to get at somebody, somebody's trying to hurt somebody. What can you say?
I had no personal relationship with Miss Gondwe. I mean, it would be inconceivable for me to sleep with a witch doctor. Secondly, I have got a good taste of women.
That's Ken Nyirenda, and I can't help laughing to that comment. Well, Roland also spoke to Madame Mbuya. He asked her,
"This man has made some allegations about you putting some witchcraft on him. What do you say about this?"
It's all rubbish.
Now, the interesting thing is that you're a fortune teller, but do you have these powers to do things for people, to change things for people?
I would rather you say I'm a medium, and I've got no right to harm anybody because I work for God. I don't work for the devil. And why should I harm anybody? Because it's not right.
You two seem to have a relationship which somehow has gone sour.
I'm terribly sorry. He's not the type of a man I would go out with. I normally go out with handsome men. I never go out with the creeps, whatever men and short. I don't do that. I'm sorry for that matter. If he ever thought he'd go out with me, hard luck on him, because he's not my type of a man. I go out with intellectuals in this world.
He claimed his problem started when you went to live with him. Was this true? But you lived in his house?
I never lived in his house, and the first time I saw him, he wanted a reading. I gave him a reading, and he had problems then already which had been persisting for all the years he's been in Britain. He can't even pass any exam, and that was even before I met him.
Do you practice witchcraft?
Never. That's one thing that I will never do. I'm just a medium, a pure medium and a herbalist on African level.
This man claims he was not interested in you. Rather, you were interested in him and you got jealous, and therefore you put this magic spell on him and you drove away all his girlfriends. He keeps losing money. He gets followed by cats and crows and things.
Oh my God. How could I go out? How could I fancy such a man? I've never fancied a short man anyway. I may be short, but I never go out with the short men. All my men are tall in my life. And even the first time I saw him, I was giving him a reading. I was with my children's father, who is a tall, handsome man. I've got no time for creeps in this world. And the way he looks to me is not the type of man I would go out with. So if that's what is in his mind, forget it.
I can't help it. Accusations and counter-accusations there from two Zambians, Ken Nyirenda and Madame Mbuya. Tell me what you think of that interview. If you were judge, who would you fault?